Reddit is where a lot of internet mysteries start. Whenever someone finds something bizarre they can't quite explain, whether it's something on the internet or a physical object, they'll post it on Reddit and see if anyone has any answers. On Reddit, it seems like there's always someone who knows something, or has been through a similar experience to give you some advice on how to figure something out. Sometimes it can be something with a simple definitive answer, and other times it can lead you down a whole rabbit hole. It can also gain a lot of attention and found and covered by a YouTuber so a bunch of people can figure out the mystery together. But not every weird thing on Reddit goes that deep. Instead of being led down a large, mind-twisting rabbit hole, sometimes you're met with a mini mystery that just never ended up getting much attention within the months to years it's been up. It can also be not even a mystery at all, but something weird someone found without any proper context. So if you haven't caught on yet using context clues, today we're going to be looking at some bizarre mini mysteries and weird findings on Reddit with no definitive answer to them. Earlier this year, in January 2026, on r/internet mysteries, someone made a post about an odd TikTok they came across. The video showcases a worried mom and her young daughter from a Spanish-speaking Latino American country. The mom had presumably acquired this doll for Christmas, brand new in box, not second-handed. It is not a Barbie or some other famous doll, but rather a knockoff Baby Alive or similar. I've seen interactive dolls, but they're crazy expensive, so naturally, people acquire these off-brands that no one knows. The doll is powered by batteries. She has a set of pre-recorded sentences that she plays, supposedly according to what she's being asked. For example, you can say hello and she could answer hello to you. Apparently, the mom noticed that the doll would play an extremely jarring bad quality audio that seemed like a baby crying or calling for its mom in agony. I'm describing it like this because people have mixed interpretations. Some people immediately jump to conclusions. Now, before I tell you what people's theories are, I want you to hear it for yourself. What do you think?
Hola, amiguito. Qué alegre verte de nuevo.
The thing about this is, other people who have the same type of doll claim that their doll doesn't make these sounds. OP also provided a video of someone else showcasing this type of doll, and it doesn't sound like anything we just heard.
Hola, amiguito. Qué alegre verte de nuevo.
¿Quieres ser mi amiga?
Claro que sí. De lo contrario, estoy muy sola.
Ella también es sensorial. Tú la lanzas, ella ríe.
This one appears to be saying normal sentences and making regular toddler noises. So why was the first doll we saw sounding so eerily hyper-realistic? Now, you know how the internet works. A lot of people jump to the worst conclusions possible. You have people saying the audio comes from real abuse, that it comes from a gore video, that it's a mix of the two, and I'm gonna tell you right now, be completely honest with you, none of those things are what I heard when I watched the video. Don't get me wrong, the audio coming from the doll is rather unsettling, but I think it's mainly just unsettling because of how low quality it is. The most likely scenario here isn't something sinister. I and many other people believe that what actually happened here is someone recorded audio of a real child for this doll, and the audio either got corrupted or they used the wrong recording. Based on how bad the audio is and how long the audio goes for, I think it's possible someone might have used a recording outtake by accident for the doll. There is also the chance that this could be a hoax. Some other people mentioned that this reminded them of the Elmo killed James incident and the Evil Stick incident. If you're not familiar with those events that I just mentioned, they're basically incidents where people tampered with children's toys as a prank. Even though we have a solid theory using common sense and context clues, there's still no definitive answer as to why the doll sounds like that. But the chances of this being something really gross with a sinister backstory is honestly really low. These baby dolls are supposed to sound realistic, so it's not surprising someone would record audio of a real baby making noises and use it for the doll, and the audio probably just got fucked up. It is weird how it seems to have only happened for one doll though, at least that we know of. Thrift stores are a hit or miss. Sometimes you'll find something good, sometimes you'll find stuff that you don't care about. Or if you're really unlucky, you can come across a possibly real image of a dead body. Yeah, that's a mystery I still don't think has an answer to as of 2026. It's a pretty well-known internet mystery. Chilling Scares did a segment on it, so if you're interested, go check that out, because I'm not here to talk about that today. But on a less dark note, sometimes at a thrift store you can get lucky and find an anomaly that's nowhere near as dreadful as a dead body. On r/creepy in 2025, a user made a post that reads, "I went thrifting earlier today to Goodwill, and I really like the older media look to things, so I bought a small camera I saw. It was a Sony something, and it had photos of someone's family. Old photos starting from I think 1995 and ending at the beginning of 1997. The very last photo was this, and I almost shit my pants. This can't be real, I mean the teeth look added on. I can't figure it out, but I've already gotten rid of the camera. I'm sure I can find another one somewhere. This shit scared me." The date of the image is shown to be March 24th, 1997. A couple people claim that they think they've seen this image from somewhere. One person says it looks like it could come from an album cover, and another person says it looks like it could be from an old movie poster. Now here's the thing. In the comments, they mentioned that they got the pictures from the camera using an SD card plugged into their laptop. But if the pictures were taken on a Sony camera from 1995 to 1997, then this shouldn't be possible. Digital cameras from the mid-90s didn't use SD cards. However, even though SD cards weren't invented until 1999, digital cameras in the late 90s started using something called multimedia cards, the precursor to SD cards, and a lot of SD card readers can read some MMC. But Sony cameras mainly avoided using MMC format in favor for their memory stick format, and they didn't start using SD until 2010. So if OP is telling the truth about finding this image on the SD card of an old camera, then I don't think it could have been a Sony camera. I do have a theory that the pictures could have been taken on an old Sony camera from the early 2010s, but the date on the camera was set wrong. There is also the possibility that they just remembered the type of camera wrong and that it's not actually a Sony. Not that it'll necessarily help with the investigation, but I'd like to make a mention that Oli Ravioli shared some pictures from her old Canon IXY digital camera, and it reminded me a little bit of what we have here. The date format and color are kinda similar. Not saying they're the same, and I don't know how many other cameras also use the same date format and color, but what I'm getting at here is OP very well could have found a Canon camera and thought it was a Sony camera. How exactly would pictures dated from 1995 to 1997 be found on a 2000s digital camera SD card? I don't know. Maybe the date on the camera was wrong. Maybe someone took pictures of old pictures. That's why this is a mini mystery. All I know is that the SD card claim and the dates make this whole thing more confusing. Also, elephant in the room, what even is this image of? Where did it come from? Numerous reverse image searches couldn't find a thing. Unless this whole thing is just a hoax and OP made the image and made up a fake story. And they didn't realize SD cards weren't around in the mid-90s when making it up. So my question for you is, do you recognize this face? Do you have any idea where it may come from? In 2019, on r/ghosts, a user makes a post about their friend who witnessed something truly nerve-wracking outside their front door, and as evidence, their doorbell caught the strange moment on camera. This was taken at a friend of mine's house about a month or two ago. He doesn't use Reddit and gave me permission to post for him. This was shortly after my friend left for work. The girl in the video is his wife, and she's walking outside to do laundry. Out of nowhere, she hears a voice asking for help or something. She says she heard the voice as if it was coming from outside, directly behind her, not from the Ring device speakers. She turns and looks in the direction she heard it from, and there's nothing but a near wall. Their dog can also be heard whining in the background. She was really freaked out by the whole thing and called the cops to investigate. She had no idea what it was, but was worried it could have been somebody hiding around the property. The police listened to this recording and scanned around their house, but didn't find anything. We've listened to it a bunch, and it sounds like, please, please, lady, please help. Please help. It's super eerie to me, just the way whatever it is speaks. It sounds like somebody in a lot of pain. The first thing that comes to mind for a lot of people is that somebody must have hacked the doorbell camera and started speaking through the speakers. But OP insists that their friend's wife was dead certain it didn't come from the doorbell. Being posted on r/ghosts, some people obviously offered some paranormal explanations, while others gave more realistic and kinda comedic theories, like maybe it was their neighbor having sex with the window open and it was just them moaning. The point was also brought up that maybe someone else in the house was watching TV with the window open, but OP claims that the wife was home alone when this happened. And it's worth mentioning, I did see one person say that it could be a bird making that noise, and someone else agreed. I gotta give the wife props though for actually calling the cops. If this were a horror movie, I don't think that would have happened. It's been 7 years, and this footage still doesn't have an answer. I know one thing though, if I heard a faint voice behind me yelling for help, I would be pretty freaked out too.
Whose idea was it to put the tiny microphone on top of the big microphone? That's genius. That's great. That's comedy gold. Damn, shucks, I already ate all my boneless chicken wings, and I'm still sad and hungry with a hole in my soul. And I already watched the newest Jeejay video, so now there's no more Jeejay videos to catch up on. Oh, God! Fuck. Wait, you mean to tell me there's this place where you can talk with other people who watch Jeejay and like spooky content and stuff like that, and can talk about it and suggest video topic ideas? There's a place for all of that stuff? Really? A merch store? Whoa, slow down. When did we get that? Oh, fair. Yeah, this shirt I'm wearing, you can get it. It's merch. I designed it myself. There's a bunch of other designs. You can find that up there too. I'm so grateful. There are plenty of ways to show support for my favorite tiny 5'4.5" ginger 4-eyed content creator who makes shitty horror content.
And there you have it. Those were some mini Reddit mysteries that have yet to find an answer. While they may not be deep rabbit hole mysteries, they are still fun anomalies on the internet to talk about. Sometimes you're just not in the mood for a big fancy full course meal and you just want to go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal. I'm going to take a moment to stop being a stereotypical American using fast food metaphors and say thank you for watching this video. My link tree is in the description where you can find everything from my social media pages to the Discord server to my merch store. I also do live streams somewhat consistently, so join up. Don't miss out on them. They're fun. They're a blast. Alright, hopefully I will see you in the next video unless one of us unexpectedly dies. Thank you for watching and have a good evening.